Lawmakers from South Dakota and Wyoming are focusing on the future needs of our national cemeteries.
Now, they're teaming up to reintroduce the Black Hills National Cemetery Boundary Expansion Act after the original legislation stalled in the Senate last session.
Samantha Jo Roth has our story from Washington.
For nearly 70 years, the Black Hills National Cemetery has been a place for military families to remember and honor loved ones. Now members of Congress are preparing for the next 70 years, introducing a bill that would permanently transfer 200 acres of federal land to the cemetery.
We clearly have a lot of people that want to be remembered and to actually be buried in national cemeteries.
Senator Mike Rounds, along with other members of the South Dakota and Wyoming delegation, are trying for a second time to pass the legislation.
We lost it at the very end of the year when politics got in the way and people trying to make a political statement on non-related issues. You know, there was no objection to any part of it.
Representative Noem is also reintroducing a companion bill in the House.
It's a very special place. And it's a source of pride for South Dakota in a way that we can honor those who come from South Dakota who have defended this nation.
This bill would transfer 200 acres of land from the Bureau of Land Management to the Department of Veterans Affairs permanently, which is why it needs congressional approval.
We want veterans to be buried where their family wants them to be buried, and that cemetery is filling up.
Wyoming Senator Mike Enzi says he hopes this bill will open the door for future opportunities in his state, since Wyoming currently doesn't have a VA National Cemetery.
We're also trying to get a cemetery in Wyoming, down by Cheyenne, and F.E. Warren Air Force Base has a lot of that could be used.
Lawmakers say they're confident this bill will pass because it was introduced so early in the session. In Washington, Samantha Jo Roth, KOTA Territory News.
The Black Hills National Cemetery was dedicated in 1948.